Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 2 in the second edition of NRLOA IROC. We are here at the Watkins Glen International for a 10-lap event around the long version of this racetrack. We're going to be going into the boot like we always do when we come here on Napa Fan, and it is going to definitely be an interesting race yet again. Tyler Selzman starts on the pole position. However, that really is not much of a surprise. Tyler Selzman has won at this racetrack twice in his career, at least twice, and he definitely knows how to get around the road courses. Matter of fact, the last time he won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series was at Road America, a road course. He starts alongside the last winner here in NRLOA IROC II, and the points leader coming into this race, Elijah Gordon, in the number 11. And this is going to be a very interesting race, the only road course race of this event, and you're going to have some road course skill if you're going to want to get through this one, and we know for sure that Tyler Selzman has it, but Elijah Gordon does as well. He almost won the HERS Elimination Series race here back in, I do believe, was May. But on the final corner of that race, he overshot it, and he ended up losing the race. Elijah Gordon would love to get some redemption from that one back in May. But we're just going to have to see what happens. Who knows? Maybe somebody else in the back will win this thing, and maybe they'll take control of the points lead in NRLOA IROC II. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here for this race at the Watkins Glen International. The starting lineup rolling. On the bottom of your screen, it is Tyler Selzman and Elijah Gordon in row number 1. As you see, the inside lane catch up to the outside lane there. But both of those guys, very good drivers. Elijah Gordon winning the first race of this event. Tyler Selzman winning both poles so far in NRLOA IROC II. Row number 2, the Turkey Hill Series champion Trey Bartow, who finished last at Daytona. He is starting alongside Julian Quintero in the number 5. That's the car number he drives, right? Kind of hard to see when it's all the way back in there. Row number 3, we got the orange car, who is Matt Dalio in the number 2, starting alongside the guy who finished second at Daytona, Cookie Helms, in the number 13. Row 4, J.T. Handley and Cameron Garlington starting alongside each other. Neither of those guys had very good finishes at Daytona. Row number 5 sees Cameron Garlington and Aaron Walpole Jr. Walpole Jr. came close to winning Daytona, however he could not get the run to the inside of Elijah Gordon and get the victory in that one. Stuart Gratton had damage at the end of the Daytona race, and he was unable to get a quality finish. Defending IROC champion Austin Spencer in the number 1. He's starting alongside Grayson Agavedo. Grayson Agavedo won the HERS Dash Series race here back in October, so he knows how to get it done here at the Watkins Glen International. And in the final row, it is Dan Park in the number 6, starting all by himself in row number 7, not row number 6. That's row number 6 there. Dan Park all alone in row 7. Anyways, it is Tyler Selzman who will be leading the field of the green flag for this race. He won the HERS Elimination Series race here last year in Season 2, and he won the IndyCar race here in Season number 1. Will he get his third ever win and his final ever win on a road course? We'll just have to see. Pace car is pulled off, and race 2 in NRLOA IROC II is green here at Watkins Glen. And they are side by side down the front stretch. Elijah Gordon trying to get a run on the outside. Just think, if Elijah Gordon wins this thing, that would really open it up for the championship. For the number 11 at least. Selzman trying to get the run on the inside, but Elijah Gordon taking it away, trying to go 2 in a row here in NRLOA IROC II. That is almost what Austin Spencer did last year. And if Elijah Gordon could pull it off, that would give him a very easy route to the championship, just like Spencer did last year. Trey Bartow battling with Tyler Selzman for second place. Matt Dalio to the outside of Selzman. Selzman's going to try to take second away from the number 8. And they're battling side by side, which means that this guy going to have a good chance at pulling away. Bartow sliding up a little bit. That could have been a crash. Oh, and Acevedo's off the racetrack back in there. He is going to fall back to the end of the pack. Elijah Gordon, nobody around him, is going to have a very easy time pulling away from the rest of the field if it remains that way. They are still side by side for second place between Tyler Selzman and Trey Bartow. Selzman probably not too happy about losing the lead after starting on the pole for this one. But Gordon got that super run on the outside lane. And trying to go 2 in a row here in NRLOA IROC II is Elijah Gordon in the number 11. They still remain side by side. This is not good news for Trey Bartow as the outside lane through turn number 11. I think that's turn number 11. As you can see, does not work out too well. Trey Bartow overshooting the corner, and so was Matt Dallio. But Matt Dallio did not overshoot it as bad as Bartow did, and Dallio able to get around the number 8. JT Hanley and Julian Quintero getting around both Dallio and Bartow as Tyler Selzman takes second away from the 8 machine. Elijah Gordon with a pretty comfortable lead here at the Watkins Glen International, trying to go 2 in a row in the number 11. He's got about a 1.16 second lead on Tyler Selzman, and they are now single file down the back. But that is a great opportunity for guys to get a draft and make a pass entering the carousel. However, nobody is going to do that except for Garlington, who's going to try to get a run to the inside of Dan Park. And Austin Spencer back in there in the 1 machine, getting around Grayson Acevedo. But all that side-by-side racing allowed the number 11 of Elijah Gordon to gain a very significant lead. But he has one of the best road course drivers we have right behind him. That is Tyler Selzman in the number 3, trying to grab one last win before he officially retires. He's currently running in the 2nd position with hopes of getting around the 11 in this one. They are side-by-side for 3rd. JT Handley trying to get around Grayson Acevedo, or Julian Quintero. I got to apologize. I get Grayson Acevedo and Julian Quintero mixed up a lot. I do. They kind of have similar last names. They kind of have the same rhythm to them, and that's why sometimes I don't get them straight. That's Julian Quintero side-by-side with JT Handley. Quintero having to take an outside lane through that turn there, and around he goes in the 5. Oh, and Austin Spencer just hit him head on. And that's not good at all for the reigning NRLOA IROC champion. That is too much front-end damage to continue for the one of Austin Spencer. Quintero spinning as he overshot NASCAR turn 7. And Austin Spencer running right into him in the number 1 machine. And somebody else is slow as well. That is Aaron Walpole Jr., who I do believe also might have had some contact with Julian Quintero. Very unfortunate break for those guys. And Selzman, I can tell you right now that he is closing in on Elijah Gordon. And Tyler Selzman knows how to run this racetrack, but so does Elijah Gordon. These are pretty much 2 of the best drivers that have ever run here at the Watkins Glen International. You see Elijah Gordon, he went off the racetrack a little bit there entering the boot, and that is going to allow Selzman to close up to him. Got some side-by-side racing here. That is Cookie Helms trying to get around Trey Bartow. JT Hanley runs in 3rd place. And Hanley was able to get around Quintero as Quintero overshot that final corner. And you see here Aaron Walpole Jr., Austin Spencer, Julian Quintero all torn up. And they're all a little bit slow on the racetrack. And if you remember the Turkey Hill Series race that ran here in Season 3 back in October, you know that slow traffic could definitely be a major factor to the leaders. Nathan Stapleton was going to win that Turkey Hill Series race, but he ran into lap traffic late in the go, or actually midway through the going, I should say, and that ended his day in the number 18. Now, there aren't as many cars on the racetrack as there were in that Turkey Hill Series race, which is a good thing, but these guys could have some trouble getting around those slow cars who were involved in that crash on lap 2. It's Aaron Walpole Jr., Austin Spencer, and Julian Quintero, the 3 guys who were involved, and they could definitely be a factor to our leaders here. If something happens to both Elijah Gordon and Tyler Selzman, who Selzman, by the way, is closing in like crazy, JT Hanley is in the catbird seat to take the lead if something happens to both of these guys. And Selzman definitely appears to be running faster than Elijah Gordon here in this one. But will Gordon be able to beat that number 3 in this one? Will he be able to hold him off? We're just going to have to see. Got some side-by-side back in here. That is between between Bartow and Grattan. Stuart Grattan, Trey Bartow side-by-side. Matt Dalio, Dan Park, Cameron Garlington. There's Grayson Acevedo. And they figure it out. Selzman trying to find an advantage on the 11 of Elijah Gordon. He cannot quite find the advantage yet. But he has definitely got a fast race car, and he's definitely got plenty of time to get around the 11 before this race is over. And let's not count out this guy, JT Hanley. Really don't know much about him, other than he won the Verizon Pro Series Championship. Elijah Gordon went through the final corner a little wide, and there is the opportunity for Tyler Selzman, taking the lead away from Elijah Gordon on lap 4. You cannot enter the corner that wide, because if you do, you're going to overshoot it. Now, Elijah Gordon is still in this thing. He still has a great shot at getting around this 3, but he's going to have some company here soon. JT Hanley closing in on our leaders. But Tyler Selzman looking to end his career on a very high note. And if he were to win this race, it could very well be the last win of his career. But Elijah Gordon wants to get those 2 wins in a row, because if he can do that, he's got the flat-out best shot at winning the championship when we get to Indianapolis. He could clinch it before Indianapolis. That is what Austin Spencer did last year. Austin Spencer clinched the NRLOA IROC Championship a race early. And keep in mind, this is only a 4-race season. It's a very short season. Tyler Selzman started on the pole for today's race. He lost it early on to Elijah Gordon, but he gained the lead back. But Elijah Gordon is still right behind him, and we're going to have ourselves a pretty good race between these 3 guys, and possibly even Cookie Helms. Helms might join the mix here soon. But Selzman needs to run a very clean race, a very smart race. Do not overshoot the final corner here at Watkins Glen. If you go into it with too much of a high angle, then you're going to be hitting that outside wall. Selzman taking it very cautiously there through the corner. You see Hanley went a little bit wide, but no wall for the number 10. And these guys are still in the hunt for the win. I do believe that Austin Spencer, Aaron Walpole Jr., and Julian Quintero are all going to be out for the rest of the race. It's a tough break for those guys who were involved on that crash at the end of lap 2 in this one. Halfway through the race here at the Watkins Glen International in NRLOA IROC II. Race number 2 here in NRLOA IROC II. And it's Tyler Selzman leading the field in the number 3. One of the best drivers to ever race on a road course here on Napa Fan and in the NRLOA in general. Trying to think here. How many races has he won on the road course? He's won 2 here at Watkins Glen. He won 1 at Most Sport. He won another one at Road America. So I know he's won at least 4 road course races. And that's quite a bit, considering that we do not go to road courses that frequent. He's trying to get his 5th road course win here today. At least his 5th. There could be another one that I am forgetting, and I apologize if that's the case. I mean, just go ahead and check out all the wins Tyler Selzman had in all of Tyler Selzman's wins and championships video that I made back in August. Because that shows every single one of his accomplishments here on Napa Fan, and there's quite a bit of them. It's about like a 9-minute video. Quite a few wins and championships. 2 championships on Napa Fan for this guy, Tyler Selzman. Won the IndyCar Championship in 2015, won the Season 5 Chick-fil-A Cup Series Championship. Him and Cameron Garlington are the only 2 guys to have ever won IndyCar Championships and Cup Series Championships. But the interesting thing, nobody has ever won a Truck Series or Turkey Hill Series Championship and a Cup Series Championship. That has never happened before. It's come close, but it's never happened before. Selzman continues to run a clean race in the number 3. Elijah Gordon slightly falling back in the 11. But still if Elijah Gordon finishes where he is right now, he will still be the points leader here in NRLOA IROC II. But Selzman, I think we all want to see him get one final win before he officially retires here. It was definitely something to see him win that championship in Season 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, his retirement season. And he's one of 3 drivers here in NRLOA IROC II that was also in NRLOA IROC I. Him, Austin Spencer, the defending champion, and Cameron Garlington. So, Selzman, a veteran to this series as well. Wouldn't be something if he won the championship here as well. It really would be. And if he can get this win here at Watkins Glen, he would definitely have a great shot at doing so. Selzman is a great driver. There is absolutely no question. He may just, in fact, be one of the best drivers the NRLOA has ever seen. It's possible. And going at it for one last time here in the NRLOA. For NRLOA IROC II. Looking to get one last win. Who knows, he may end up winning a couple other races at the end of this season in NRLOA IROC II as well. But Selzman starting to pull away a little bit from Elijah Gordon. However, you never know how this turn will bite. These guys seem to be slowing down pretty good through this corner here, and they are not overshooting it like they were earlier on in the race, so that's a good thing. And just as I say that, Dan Park overshoots the corner. Now, Aaron Walpole Jr. is back out there, so is Spencer and Quintero. So I was actually incorrect about those guys being out. They are just simply one lap down. But they are not going to gain too many points in this one after the crash that happened on lap 2. Elijah Gordon looking to play spoiler to Tyler Selzman's party here at Watkins Glen. And he has hung right with them. The whole thing is, if these two guys get together, which we have seen leaders get together here before at Watkins Glen, you got JT Hanley in the catbird seat in that number 10. And Cookie Helms in the number 13, not too far behind either. Helms finished second at Daytona. Cookie Helms has a shot at winning this NRLOA IROC championship. Elijah Gordon is right on the back bumper of Tyler Selzman, but Selzman is a very patient driver when it comes to these road courses. And if you remember the Road America race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, he was content with second place. And Griffin Lynn went off the racetrack and he won. He was really patient with him, and that allowed the number 19 to get the victory. And it was because of that win at Road America that he was able to win the championship. If he had not won that race at Road America, he would have not made the chase. And of course, if he did not make the chase, he would not have won the championship. But that win at Road America gave him the championship. And who knows, maybe a win here at Watkins Glen could give him the IROC championship. But Elijah Gordon is putting some pressure on him here. Cookie Helms looking to get around JT Hanley back in there for third, but we're going to follow with the lead with only 2 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Elijah Gordon trying to get a run to the inside of Tyler Selzman. He's not going to be able to do it, and Selzman's going to remain out front in the number 3. Gets the win here today, it would be his 14th career victory on Napa Fan, and it would definitely put him in championship contention here for NRLOA IROC II. He finished 6th at Daytona, not the best of finishes, but a win would definitely give him a lot of points towards the championship. Cookie Helms running in 3rd place. Helms finished in 2nd at Daytona. It's very likely that Helms would be 2nd in the points exiting this race here at Watkins Glen. Elijah Gordon, he is pressuring this number 3 of Tyler Selzman. There he goes to the inside for the lead. They're side by side. 1.5 laps to go at Watkins Glen, and Elijah Gordon trying to take the lead away from Tyler Selzman. Selzman on the outside. Can he get the run through this corner? He's going to stay side by side with the 11. He's going to have the inside lane this time. Will it work for him? Will he be able to clear him? No, he won't. They're going to remain side by side. However, the guy who's on the outside on that final turn usually hits the outside wall, and that's good news for Elijah Gordon. Selzman's going to go through this corner. He's going to have to go through this corner wide, and he is going to overshoot it. And Elijah Gordon takes the lead back from the 3. Heartbreak for Tyler Selzman late in the going here at Watkins Glen. Elijah Gordon taking the lead on the final lap. Cookie Helms is looking to take second. That is a tough one for Tyler Selzman. However, he might still have a chance here. Selzman just needs to be patient and just get as much of an advantage as he can on Elijah Gordon through each of these corners on this final lap. But Gordon, a golden opportunity. He got to the inside, and that's the way most people make passes here at Watkins Glen, by them overshooting that final turn. Selzman has to hold off Helms now, but I think the 11 still has the 3 still has a chance. But Elijah Gordon has pulled out to a pretty significant lead here. Cookie Helms running in third, J.T. Hanley running in fourth, and that is Matt Dahlia running in fifth position here at Watkins Glen on the final lap. I think Elijah Gordon is going to seal this one, only unless he overshoots that final corner. That has happened to him here before. Selzman just needs to be patient. The only reason why he overshot that corner is because he was on the outside. It is very hard to go through that corner, remain side by side, and not hit that outside wall. He is trying to close in. He's definitely faster than Elijah Gordon, but time is running out. Only 2 corners to go here at Watkins Glen in NRLOA IROC II. And Elijah Gordon in the number 11 is probably going to go back-to-back. He's going to get through the corner a little wide, but Elijah Gordon, 2 in a row in NRLOA IROC II. And I think we might just be looking at the NRLOA champion for 2016 right now. Back-to-back wins for Elijah Gordon here in NRLOA IROC II. And this guy is good. You got to hand it to Selzman. He came so close to getting this thing, but Elijah Gordon, he was closing in. He got to the inside, and he made the pass, even though Selzman overshot the corner there. And Elijah Gordon, 2 in a row. I don't know if anybody's going to get to him. That was a very entertaining race here at the Watkins Glen International. Elijah Gordon, his second win in a row. Tyler Selzman finishing in second place. Cookie Helms is still going to have a chance at this championship, however, and he might be able to surpass that number 11. Number 13 knows how to win some big things, and I think that 13 might have a shot. J.T. Handley, Matt Dahlia is still going to have a pretty decent shot as well. 2 fifth-place finishes in a row for him. And it was Stuart Gretton, Cameron Garlington, Trey Bartow, Grayson Acevedo, Dan Park, Aaron Walpole Jr., Austin Spencer, and Julian Quintero. The full finishing results here at the Watkins Glen International. And Elijah Gordon, man, you know, I think some of you might be questioning why he's in here in the first place. And to me, it's like, yeah, I kind of get your point. The thing is, though, I wanted Cameron, Camo Stealth, to have an invite. And the thing is, a lot of his other series, a lot of his other champions from his series, had already gotten invites. Like Dan Park and Matt Dahlia, they were 2 champions of his series. They were already in because Matt Dahlia won the Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship and Dan Park won the DC Talk Cup Series championship. Elijah Gordon had not won a championship. He won the Season 2 of the Throwback Cup Series. And he is definitely utilizing this invite. 2 wins in a row in the first 2 races of the season for Elijah Gordon. Don't mind Cookie Helms. That's just what they do when they're entering the pit road. They can't really figure that out too well, and that's why we have no pit stops when we come to these road courses. But anyways, Elijah Gordon getting the victory for the 2nd race in a row, and he is going to remain in the points lead, heading him to Chicagoland. Now, that's the crazy one. If you thought Daytona was crazy, if you thought this race was crazy, wait until you get to Chicagoland. That is the crazy one. They're 3 wide, 4 wide, all over the place, and you never know what's going to happen. We had an extremely close finish in that race last year in NRLOA IROC. It might happen again, and you might want to watch out if you're Elijah Gordon. But anyways, 2 wins in a row for number 11, Elijah Gordon. And it's looking like this number 11 might win the NRLOA IROC Championship for 2016. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations yet again to Elijah Gordon for getting the victory here at Watkins Glen. And here are the points for NRLOA IROC II. I will see you guys later.
To you and your kin, good tidings for Christmas and a happy new year. We wish Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas.